Hello everyone, MC Dog Warrior here, and today I'm doing something a little different. Usually I do gaming and stuff, but this time I thought I'd talk about something different. It's OCs. Based on the title, you're probably gonna go in the comments and tell me why your OC is good and not a Mary Sue. But please hear me out. I'm going to be discussing 4 main problems that I see with OCs today. Note that not all OCs have this problem, and understand I have OCs myself, and I have experienced similar problems. So how about we get started? Now, first things first, this may not apply to your OC. Maybe your OC is fine and it doesn't have any problems based on this list. And that's good because, nothing applies to your OC. And if it does and you don't even know it, then just take it with consideration. I'm not asking you to completely change your OC just to, match my list. So, Also, sorry if I'm talking a little weird, it's because I'm sick. Like, half the world is sick right now, so yeah, I'm one of those people. Anyway, how about we actually get started? The first category is the existing universe. What does this mean? Basically, if an OC is based on a creature from a show or book, like Pony OCs or Gem OCs, then they're usually linked in some way to the original show or book. For examples, I see OCs helping to save the day from evil, as if their existence is keeping the world together, which is of course a Mary Sue. I use the term Mary Sue to describe a character being overpowered and able to wipe out humanity with one swipe in some cases. I don't like this, since your OC is helping the main character save the day, but aren't in the actual show or canon. Other examples could be based on something significant that happens in the show or book. Make sure that your OC is just a background character, or someone who doesn't do important things in the show or book that aren't canon. Again, this may not apply to your OC, and I'm just saying for those who it does apply to. And it may just be one case. If it's one case, then still, it's not a good idea. Next category is naming. Now, I bet you're thinking, no, absolutely nothing is wrong with my character's name. Actually, there might not. Allow me to give an example of a bad OC name. How about Insanity Blood? First of all, let parents name their child Insanity Blood. Obviously, their child is very edgy and dark and evil and stuff. Unless it is confirmed that your OC changed their name in some point of their life, these names aren't really the best idea. I understand in some shows and books, names can contain certain nouns in them. Unless your own universe has this kind of naming, this is not a smart idea for your OC. Also, there are human names you can use on your character as well. Also, there are some shows like My Little Pony, just using My Little Pony as an example because I know it well, that there are usually names with nouns in them. Like, example, Twilight Sparkle. She has 2 words in her name, so, you can use something like that too. As well as some other examples. You can also use a gemstone as your name, like Steven Universe. And I'm done giving examples. On to the next category. Next category is appearance. This category is used to be dedicated to the Mary Sue, but I decided to change this since Mary Sue is its own video. What do I mean by appearance? In case you don't realize, it basically means what they look like and what could improve. Now, if you take my OC, you can see that she's an alicorn. Of course, appearance can be deceiving. Shining Stars is an heir, and everyone thinks her wings are fake. She doesn't wield alicorn magic, just advanced unicorn magic. Appearance can be deceiving vice versa. They can look weak and poor, but actually control the weather or something. Which is a good concept as long as it's not a Mary Sue. Okay, on to the next category. Final category is backstory. What's wrong with your backstory? Maybe nothing. Maybe something. If your OC has a backstory, it qualifies in my book. If your OC is just a creature without a backstory, it's not a complete OC. Now, there are still requirements for backstories you must take note of. First of all, your backstory can be simple. If it's something like, my OC was very good at math. They studied math all the time and passed every class, though they weren't great at language arts. They moved on to college and graduated as a math teacher, teaching to this day. Then your OC has a good backstory, but make sure your backstory isn't bland and tasteless. I don't really have a good example. Just think of something. something like a simple OC that isn't very specific or doesn't really tell much about their future. Even if they are a child, your OC can still have a backstory. Even if it's simple, like this character is very good at math and they pass their tests every day in math. And like I gave before, they're not very good at language arts, but they're still confident in their grades. Something like that can be a good child backstory. I can't really think of any bland backstories, so you're just gonna have to get that to your requirements. But make sure that your backstory makes logical sense and matches their universe. As long as your OC has some sort of backstory, then it's absolutely fine. Well, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for hearing me out. Like I said, not all of these OCs have any of these problems, and like I said, my OCs used to be Mary Sue's and have these kinds of problems. If you want to check out some of my OCs, take a look at the description and read about them in DeviantArt. Also check out my DeviantArt. I also draw normal characters, not just OCs. Again, thanks for listening, and again, I want you to just take this with a little consideration and maybe tell your friends. And thanks for listening. I'll see you later, and bye!